Over the centuries, scattered reports told of Jewish tribes living beyond the mythical Sambatyon River, of a remote African land inhabited by the 10 lost tribes of Israel.
Suddenly, I came into a room and found children from Romania, Poland, America, and I was the only one with a different color. I asked myself, what? Are there white Jews? My parents thought we were the only Jews left in the world.
So the point is, hey, if you're not on this sign right here, you're going into captivity. If you are on this sign, you gotta repent and keep the commandments. Ain't nothing too deep about it. You West Africans, all are going into slavery according to the Bible, right?
This because there's two trains of thought that I've heard people say. Some people have made the claim that some Israelites still are on the West Coast. Some Israelites say they're all gone out of there. So what do you think the validity? You think that there's still some there?
So a lot of Israelites in southern Nigeria and in the country next door used to be called Dahomey.
Right, I've read about Dahomey. Right.
Yeah, but now called Benin.
Benin.
In fact, that word Benin is a corruption or contraction from the Hebrew word Benaim Ephraim, which means the children of Ephraim.
Now that's in your book.
Yes.
I came across it. I was like, wow.
In fact, that word Benin is a corruption or contraction from the Hebrew word Benaim Ephraim, which means the children of Ephraim.
Now that's in your book.
Yes.
I came across it. I was like, wow.
In fact, that word Benin is a corruption or contraction from the Hebrew word Benaim Ephraim, which means the children of Ephraim.
Now that's in your book.
Yes.
I came across it. I was like, wow.
Like we got Gadites, coming in the truth now, brothers and sisters. A lot of them say, a lot of brothers and sisters say those are not Israelites.
Of Agleri that has maintained a dynasty. He is the 34th king in Obugad. But apart from that they have maintained this kingship and dynasty, other Israelites are equally in Igbo land. We have Zebulun, we have Ephraim, we have Menashe, we have Reuben, we have Danites. They are all here in Igbo land. We have Zebulun, we have Ephraim, we have Menashe, we have Reuben, we have Danites. They are all here.
n'ibi Igbo si apụta bụ si n'aka eri Gad bụ ụmụ Israel maọbụ Israel si n'ọnwa o maọbụ anyị ma ọ bụ anyị si Israel na anyị na ụmụ Israel bụ nwanne Igbo adọrọ n'elu n'Yoruba ma ebe a si apụta Hausa ma ebe a si apụta na anyị na-abụ n'ọnwa Igbo adọrọ n'elu ị na-aga ị na-eme ihe ngala n'ọnwa Chineke ka ị bụ.
Igbos are Israelites. The question of Igbo being Israelites are not in doubt. There are evidences that Igbos are Israelites. The journey of Igbo started when the Assyrians actually attacked and exiled the 10 tribes of Israel, the northern kingdom, in 722 BC. From that period, in 722 BC, from that period, all the 10 tribes were scattered. The bulk, according to Mazutra, were taken to Africa, were taken to Africa, were taken to Africa.
in Africa or in Ghana, for instance, we have most of the ethnic groups migrating from different parts of Africa.
Okay.
So they went through other countries. So usually we have other tribes in Ghana who are also in Nigeria, and then in Togo. And then we bear the same name. That's what you can tell. We have
same name?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what will make you know that we have a tribe in Nigeria. Because you can get Niama, which is a local name for Ghana, and only Ghana in Ghana. And then you get the same name also in Nigeria. So it means yes.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Same people then.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then so but the gods came from.
Yeah. Naturally, the gods came from Israel. And then from Israel, they went through other countries before they finally settled in Ghana.
But the gods came from.
Yeah, naturally, the gods came from Israel. And then from Israel, they went through other countries before they finally settled in Ghana.
The distance from the Euphrates River to El Ayoun, Western Sahara, which is the West African border, is 3,410 miles. Because of the rough terrain and desert conditions, it would take approximately 45 minutes per mile to walk. The Israelites would have had to walk 8 hours or more per day, which is about 10 miles per day, to stay within the specified time frame of 18 months. Because of hunting and searching for water, they would have also needed to take at least 3 days off per week, since the Sahara Desert covered the entire area they walked. Based on the distance of 3,410 miles, it would have taken them the full 18 months or year and a half to walk within Africa.
Wow. Once they got there, did they build ships? No. According to the scriptures in 2 Ezra 13, they passed through a narrow passage and Yah held the floodwaters back, right? Isn't that what's being taught? Or did they build enough ships to carry them over to America? We know it wasn't no ferries waiting on them there, right?
Now, to get to America from the west coast of Africa would have taken another 3,994 miles, totaling 7,404 miles traveling by foot. The fact is, it would have taken at least 3.5 to 4 years to travel, and totally impossible for them to make this journey in 18 months. The promoters of this unfounded theory teach that man had already dwelt throughout Africa, so it couldn't have been referring to areas in Africa. Let's listen to what British historian Basil Davidson had to say when exploring regions of Africa.
Now the task was to stake out frontiers in utterly uncharted land. Said the French Prime Minister, "We have embarked on a gigantic steeplechase into the unknown." The British Prime Minister Lord Salisbury was to say of this period, "We've been engaged in drawing lines on maps where no man's foot has ever trod, where no man's foot has ever trod, where no man's foot has ever trod."
Where no man's foot has ever trod? You mean to tell me that there were certain places in Africa that no man has ever dwelt in those days? What about in 727 BC? Of course, there wasn't anyone dwelling in certain areas of Africa in 727 BC when Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, reigned. This was only about 1,700 years after the time of the flood. If there was no one dwelling in certain areas of Africa in the late 1800s, then we know for sure that there was no one dwelling in certain areas of Africa 3,700 years ago.
Based on what the Bible says, the Israelites were fleeing captivity, but were still in or near the African continent or the Middle East. The only significant body of water they encountered was the Euphrates River, as mentioned in the Bible. It is from there that they traveled a year and a half, and based on the travel information already presented, it is impossible that Arsareth was anywhere near America. Here are some other very important facts that simply can't be ignored. 1. The Bible did not say that the Israelites crossed an oceanic body of water, or that the Most High parted the water for them to travel on dry land across any ocean. only that they would travel through the narrow parts of the Euphrates River. 2. In order to travel to America, they would have needed ships that were not mentioned in the Bible, only that they left the multitude of the heathen and went into a further land. 3. Even if they did have ships, to transport all 10 captive tribes, it would have taken them more than 18 months, or a year and a half, to build enough ships to carry all of them.
From that period, all the 10 tribes were scattered. The bulk, according to Mazutra, were taken to Africa.
Bantu's people, because the word Bantu, depending on how you say it, pronunciation, in the Congo language, it means the people, or it means the people that go superior, that is above, that's the top. And even the word Congo, it means something. So the Bakongo people, their language that they speak, if you talk to the Congo people, they'll tell you that it's ancient Hebrew. And so a lot of the Hebrews went into that area of Cameroon, Nigeria, Angola, Gabon, and today you'll see the Republic of Congo, where the French colonized. You see the Democratic Republic of Congo, where the Belgium people really laid their stake, and you see Angola, or the Kingdom of Angola, where the Portuguese also had their stake as well.
You know why they hate me? Because I'm teaching you these things. They want you to remain dumb, because without brains, they can control you. But when we are united, no one can come between us and divide us. So let us fight until we know who we are. Because what they did was to take our identity. One day I will tell you why I'm Mushabi. Mushabi are black Jews. But not today. I will explain to you why I'm a black Jew. Because we come from very far. Where these Jews claim they come from, that's where we come from. Actually, the original Jew is black. But let me leave that debate. We'll deal with it some other day. So before you speak very bad of the Jews in Britain, you must check you are next to Mushabi, Mole, by himself. So you must be careful. You ought to know who you are to avoid being manipulated by those who thrive through divide and rule.
I'm from the Ivory Coast.
Okay.
From the tribe of the Yakuba.
And that's for what?
The Dan.
You the Dan tribe, and Yakuba is for what?
Yakuba is actually Hebrew for Jacob.
Oh my goodness.
Israel.
We did not tell him to say this, y'all.
Israel.
And your grandfathers told you what?
History that our people have come down from the very fatherland.
This brother, the Ivory Coast is on West Africa, y'all. This brother said his grandparents told him that they tribe, which is Yakuba for Jacob, is the tribe of Dan from a far land.
Yeah.
Much love, brother. We appreciate you for that.
And then the same traditional precept and custom are the same. Since ever on the Sabbath, no one goes out in the plantation. And then the same traditional precept and custom are the same. Since ever on the Sabbath, no one goes out in the plantation.
KwaZulu-Natal tribe worshipped a god whose origin could not be traced. And they worshiped this god on a special day. And on this day, no manual labor was performed. People could not harvest their crops. People were not allowed to do any kind of cultivation. The day was solely devoted to the worship of this God. This day of worship was Saturday. The concept or the tradition of the seventh-day Sabbath has always been pervasively ingrained in the Ashanti culture. One needs to know that in almost every African culture, religion or the concept of God is ingrained, is intertwined in it. So the question, how far back is the Sabbath tradition, quite frankly, for an African or an Ashanti, is really a question that shouldn't be asked, because as far as they know, it has always been part of life as they know it.
My every people will notice that the name Hawa, which is translated to Hava or Eve, has two words in it. The first is Ha, and the other one is Wa. What is Ha in the ancient Hebrew or Ewe tongue? Ha means the side. What is Wa? Wa means to create, or made, or make. So now if you put the two words together in the name, Hawa, it means created from the side. What it's doing is actually defining reality, is telling you what really happened in the text. Let's look at the name Adam. Adam has a variant, Edem. That is how the Ewe is pronounced, Edem. Okay, when you look at that word or that name Edem, you'll notice three things. You notice the word in ancient Ewe is he or she. And then you'll notice De. De means to resemble, to look like. And then the last, Ma. Ma is me. You put these together and what you get? He or she resembles me. Now, go back to the text. Let us make man in our image. The person made, the entity made, resembles the one who made him. So the name Adam means he or she resembles me.
In fact, that word Benin is a corruption or contraction from the Hebrew word Benaim Ephraim, which means the children of Ephraim.
Now that's in your book.
Yes.
I came across it. I was like, wow.
So Arochukwu, here we come.
This is also an ancient city, the warriors.
Yeah.
They call it the Ephraimite.
Okay.
The Ephraimite.
Let me show you around.
They are written, Ephraim Queen. Yes, Ephraim Queen. Yeah. Ephraim Queen. Yeah, Ephraim Queen. So they believe. He said this particular place, they say that they're from the tribe of Ephraim.
Yeah, Ephraimites.
The Ephraim.
Ephraim being Joseph's children, no, Jacob, Joseph's children. Joseph have two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. Manasseh and Ephraim. And again, even Ephraim, the mother of Ephraim was not even European, but from Africa, Egyptian. I think we have a video that we talk about it, so you can check that one out. So all the lies that is out there to let you know that the Hebrew Israelites or the Jews are different race. No, they are the darker race, which is the West Africans.
The Pharaoh brings Joseph out of prison to interpret his dreams. Joseph declares that the dreams portend 7 years of abundance, followed by 7 years of famine. Joseph recommends that the Pharaoh preserve food from the time of abundance for use during the time of famine. The Pharaoh is so impressed by Joseph's plan that he places him in charge of his entire court, a role that is memorialized on the walls of royal tombs. Egyptologist Dr. Yasser Izzat gave me a guided tour in the Valley of the Kings.
This is one of the most beautiful tombs in this area.
So these are all the images of the
Yes, yes. As you see, and everywhere here they show the title of the vizier. You see the blue circle up.
The circle with the dots in it.
Yeah, above it, you see the sign above it?
Okay, now what is that sign?
Yeah, this is Emira, means the overseer of the city.
It's almost like you can draw a direct connection between these hieroglyphs on the wall and what's in this book.
Yeah.
What's done in darkness is going to come out to the light. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a few things, and then we're going to go deep into Ezra, chapter 13. And we're going to start from 40 all the way to 50. We're not going to stop at 46 like the camps do that want to support this European chart. We're going to go all the way so we can get a better understanding. And then after we read 2nd Ezra chapter 13, 40 through 50, I'm going to show you a clip from one of the West campers who admitted that this chart was bogus, and that they knew from the very beginning what they were doing. So before we start getting into scriptures, let me just tell you where all this One West madness came from. So they believe, the camps that are pushing this madness all the way back to Leroy Bivens, they believe that the 10 tribes literally crossed over the big body of water, the ocean, and came all the way through a channel and came all the way to America. So they get the word Arsareth from Christopher Columbus, as they claim. There's a book called Christopher Columbus. They said that, and this was the big push, and this was the lie that was constantly going on, that Columbus mentioned Arsareth as America. But I'm going to prove to you that's a lie, because I have that book, and I'm going to show you that later. But Christopher Columbus did not even mention Arsareth, or Arsareth was not even mentioned in the book, not once. All the book said was Christopher Columbus was just fond of reading Ezra. That's it. That's it. So there were a lot of lies that were made up to bring in these foreign women. And these camp leaders who are pushing this mess, they know that, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you, don't let them fool you. They know that they've been lying. Now they've gone so far into it, they've misled so many people that they can't reverse it. But see, the Most High is going to punish them for that, because now they've caused a lot of our brothers and sisters into an abomination by taking these foreign women and these foreign men as the wife and the husband, and causing all kind of chaos. This is what they did, all from following man. So this chart that they came up with, Ariel claimed he had a dream and came up with a chart saying that Ephraim are the Puerto Ricans, Manasseh are the Cubans, Simeon are the Dominicans, Guatemala, Panama, Zebulun, Gad is the Native Americans, and then Issachar are the Mexicans, and Naphtali are the Argentina and Chile. That is all a lie, brothers and sisters. That stuff was made up from Satan himself. Because I'm going to prove to you through scriptures that the northern tribe crossed over the Euphrates into Africa. And some of them actually came back across the Euphrates. And I'm going to show you in the scriptures. So you choose, saints. Are you going to follow the word of the Most High? Or are you going to follow some camps that are telling you that these people, these European heathens, are Israelites? And you know, and I can't understand that to save my life. How you would deny your beautiful black chocolate sisters. And we got some of the most beautiful daughters of Zion in the world. No other race of women can compete with our women. But yet, you want to claim these people as Israelites. That's an abominable shame to go that low, to forfeit your own people, and to give it to heathens. And it's already bad enough that we're catching hell from these heathen nations. And you want to turn around and give your heritage to them? But these are the lies that came from the One West camp who started all this mess.
La profecía de Isaías 11:13, man.
Oh, yeah.
Tiene que ser así, man. Y ese es perfecto ejemplo, man. Hay perfecto ejemplo en vatos fuera de orden, man. Y siempre ha sido así, man. Así sabemos quiénes son los que estaban con Jeroboam.
Now, we have our brothers and sisters, the Negroes, scattered to the four corners of the earth all over the world. And we're going to talk about that because we have Negroes in Mexico. We got Negroes in Puerto Rico, and they ain't European. We got Negroes in the Dominican Republic. We got Negroes all throughout Africa. We got Negroes in the Caribbean islands. We have Negroes in the Middle East. We have Negroes in China. Yes, China. We have Negroes all over the world. And you know, the camps like to say, well, not everybody's going to look like Wesley Snipes. Well, of course not. You got different shades of blacks. But we're scattered all over the world. We're in every continent on the globe. And you take a really good look at this. These are our people scattered to the four corners of the earth. And these camp leaders who know, they know this. The ones who are pushing this European chart, they know the truth. But they've gone too far, brothers and sisters. And that's why they won't come out and admit it. Their pride. You know, pride is one of the worst things. It's one of the worst sins that the Most High hates. You cannot humble yourself with pride. Pride is going to destroy a lot of our people because they don't want to repent and turn back to the Almighty Yah. But they want to continue to push a lie and have people follow them. Have our sincere brothers and sisters continue to follow this lie. But see, the Most High is not going to allow the sincere brothers and sisters because I'm telling you, He is waking up a lot of our sincere brothers and sisters out of these camps that are pushing this madness. And they're waking up and they're losing a lot of members. I'm telling you, I'm seeing it time after time. And they better repent quick because time is running out. The Most High will have a distinguished people in these last days. Now, these camps like to say that's pushing this chart, well, it has nothing to do with skin color. Well, I'm going to tell you that's a lie too. And I say it does. The Most High, the word of the Most High say it does. Skin color and curses. Put the two together. And I'm going to prove that from scriptures. I'm going to prove it that color matters. Because when you talk about Europeans, how do you know a European is a European? By the color of their skin, their features.
The final point in this segment is that the mixed race people of these regions shown on the chart were fathered by European men. Hebrew men were being subjugated and castrated and did not father the children of those regions en masse. The European males fathered the majority of the people of these regions and caused a process of blanqueamiento, which is the whitening of a dark population of people by mating with them.
When you have so-called black people saying that we're more related to Mexicans or Latinos than we are to Africans, it shows a great imbalance of perception and common sense. Now, we're not saying that some of our people weren't shipped to some of these areas. We do realize that. But people are really trying to rebrand Spanish people as Israelites. You have to understand that many of these people have a Spanish male lineage. They came from men from Spain. They were not fathered by Hebrew men, but Spanish men. You can't deny that the appearance of a person has a lot to do with their lineage. It's a very revealing factor in a person's lineage, as a matter of fact. So
it's okay, porque ¿sabes qué? Los verdaderos creyentes del reino norteño van a apreciar y van a amar a sus hermanos, del tribu de Judá, Benjamín y Leví. Nosotros estamos unidos a ellos, y sabemos nuestro puesto.
Así es.
Right?
Porque entonces, ¿cómo se va a cumplir la profecía de Isaías 11 y 13, man? Tiene que ser así, man. Y ese es perfecto ejemplo, man. Hay perfecto ejemplo en vatos fuera de orden, man. Y siempre ha sido así, man.
You know, I feel, I saw that documentary. I felt bad for Gad, man.
Yeah,
It was sad.
It is sad.
It was sad.
They selling drugs.
Gad, a troop shall overcome him. So Gad has been overcome, man. He said a troop shall overcome him, Gad, but he shall overcome at the last. But Gad will overcome at the last.
That's right.
And they will rise up and a remnant of them and take east on them. And, you know, come back with the 12 tribes. Like we got Gadites, you know, coming in the truth now, brothers and sisters. A lot of them say, you know, a lot of brothers and sisters say those are not Israelites. You got a big thing in Israel now where they're saying that only Negroes can be Israelites.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, that's a big thing going on.
Are you serious?
Very big thing going on right now.
I mean, where did it come from?
So yeah, don't tell me some damn Rasta doctrine from the islands that. But well, how do you in Jamaica? How did you fulfill the prophecy of Genesis 49? If it's not talking about the Native Americans, who the hell is it talking about?
That's right.
Salute your king. Buena Wandofu. Buena Wandofu. Buena Wandofu.
A troop shall overcome him. See, he says in the spirit that Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
Troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Suggests that there is another side to the story. White poverty in South Africa has doubled since the non-racial election in 1994.
Very small room.
Laura Fenter and her children, her sister's family, her mother, Petronella Casimir, lives here too, and they all survive on her $94 a month pension. Petronella believes there's only one reason why they are in this desperate state. It started, she says, when the black government came to power 15 years ago.
In the past, we were, the apartheid years, and the white people put them down, and now it's their time to put us down.
It is a common feeling among white South Africans who have fallen on hard times. They are the victims, they say, of affirmative action, or what they call reverse discrimination.
Like to walk with me and show you where I'm at. We are in a very sacred place, actually, for the Igbo people. We are in a place that called Obu, God. What does the word Obu mean? The temple of God. According to the legend, and according to some historical information, the question is how the Igbo people, by the way, the word Igbo, related to the word Hebrew. Obviously, when they first came here, they asked him, who are you? They said, we are Hebrews. Well, they said, well, no, Hebrew, we are Igbos. That's how they got the name Igbo. And we are inside, right now, show them the temple of God. So remember, the 10 tribes have been exiled, and about 630 BC they started their migration all the way to Africa. And according to the artifacts here of the Igbo people, some of this related to the tribe of God, the people of God, and this is a place that is a memorial for the tribe of God.
Words and phrases that come from Africa.
Nyam, eh? Nyam. My nene make some ackee and saltfish and okra for me there. Nene, ackee, okra. Wait, that's Bami? Bami? Don't look at my food, just still big eyes. Hey yo, big batty girl. Batty. Hey, what happened? Dundus. Dundus? Hello. I'm not a Dundus, eh? You are really good? No, man. Cold real had me. It's just boo in my eyes. I wouldn't want to go crop over. Bim, let's go Bim. Yo, let's call the man them and find out. Yeah, man. Let's go. Let me do this. Yeah, we can go by your grandfather. A long way to go by your grandfather. Old time calypso. Long time calypso.
From Bites of Benin, it said Bantus, which is further down, and you have he said Guinea area, that's right there, Gulf of Guinea. Bites of Benin, which is Beni Ephraim, sons of Ephraim, Slave Coast. Now, bring it up some more, I'm trying to see it. The kingdom, right there. Blow it closer to us. Move it to the bring it back up, blow it back up again, close right there, where it says Slave Coast. Let's say. Above Slave Coast. Right there. Kingdom of Judah. Or wider, which is Judah again, Slave Coast. Kingdom of Judah, Slave Coast. Wider. Judah, right at the bottom. Wider is Judah. I'm going to put that next. Kingdom of Judah. So like I said earlier, you had Judah right there in that area. And you had Benin, which is where? Go to Benin? Right in the bottom. So Judah, it's just places. Judah was up north, and then most of Ephraim had down there, Benin. And when you go further down, you have a place called Gabon. Go to a present day. Go down. You have Gabon, Kingdom of Gabon, or Pongo. That's where Jasper Younger comes from. Jasper Younger comes from the Gabon people. He's Issachar. He's a Mexican hero, slave hero of Mexico. Jasper Younger. They placed him there because that's where Ephraim was. Northern Kingdom is in that area there. Judah had mostly from wider and up with parts of Benin, and then Benin had Benin with further down. Then remnants of us scattered everywhere else. You understand? Then remnants of us scattered everywhere else. You understand?
Hey, which one of you's on this African West Indian war thing? Yeah? You saying though? What, you, yeah? What, you didn't know I was African? I told you, fam. Hey, shut up. Straight. Well, you're African. Half, innit? Mum's Bayesian. Straight. What? So you're a Tunde? Eh?
You look too good to be African.
Hey, shut up! I don't talk to her like that. Hey, what I'm saying, innit? This black on black thing has to stop, you know? Man, it's the same, bruv. Respect. You know what? This black on black thing has to stop, you know? Man, it's the same, bruv. Respect.
So it says Slave Coast. So just says Kingdom of Judah, that means that Judah, Benjamin, and Levi were there. If it's the Kingdom of Judah, it's three of us. It's Judah, Benjamin, Levi there. Let's go to you go to the map now. Go to the map, give you an idea. The present map. Negro land. You have Nigeria there, and you have Gabon right under. You have Nigeria, Ghana right there. Then you have Benin. That's what I want to do on the map. Where's Benin at? You go closer. It's coming up. Lagos. Right there. See that? So we share land. Benin's there. Sons of me from Ghana right there. Nigeria, so Judah, Ephraim, right there. Then we had land all the way to the Sudan, all the way further down, stretching into the Congo. We had that whole area there. Ivory Coast, Ghana, Togo, Benin, but they took primarily Kingdom of Judah, which would be one of the map, Nigeria area, over to primarily then Jamaica. I think I should see it. Jamaica, Igbos are taken to Jamaica. What is it at? Jamaica, it was Jamaica, Haiti, and Barbados in Virginia. That's where they brought Igbos mostly. That's Southern Kingdom. Then they'll bring primarily Yorubas over to Mexico, Brazil, Cuba. Then they'll bring primarily Yorubas over to Mexico, Brazil, Cuba, Puerto Rico. Dispersed to colonies such as Jamaica, Benjamin, Cuba, Manasseh, which is Yoruba, primarily Yorubas are taken there.
So page 131 of Babylon Timbuktu, it says this: there are black Jews in southern Nigeria who are called the Imo Yokwaim, or strange people, by the native Africans, but these black Jews call themselves the Hebrew name B'nai Ephraim, or sons of Ephraim. These Jews claim that their ancestors immigrated from Morocco, a country in Africa, a fact which Godby says is supported by their language, a mixture of Maghrebi, Arabic, and local Negro speech. Thus Abu in parentheses father has become Yaba, and mother Hebrew is Ima. Nevertheless, most of their language is similar to the black Yorubas around them. The Yorubas have influenced these Jews to a great extent in their external social life. It is said that the crocodile is a sacred animal for all the customary sacrifices of the Yorubas to appear to be the same for Jews. Just think about, they claim to be from the tribe of Ephraim in Nigeria. What color are the Nigerians? Black, right? Now let's see a statue of the head of an ancient Yoruba Jew from the tribe of Ephraim.
This is his book, Geography of Claudius Ptolemy. In his book, he documents a people called the Garamantians. As you can see, they settled and lived here in North Africa at the time. Let's continue. Here's a place called the Siga City. It's in North Africa as well. And its coordinates, you can see down at the bottom. And here's more of his coordinates. Portus Magnus in the Siga City again. And right here highlighted by another brother in the video who was diligently searching for Arsareth, but he couldn't find it on any of his maps. But guess what though? I found it. Alright, we see Arsareth right here in its coordinates. It is bounded on the east by Africa along the Ampsagas River. Remember that, Ampsagas River. We can see here the coordinates, the map of the Arsareth River. And see, this brother here was getting frustrated. He was like, where's the Arsareth River at? Because he had the coordinates, but it wasn't on the map, you know? He was thinking maybe they took it off, trying to hide it. But guess what? It's been found. Here's a map from Claudius Ptolemy. This is a map that I'm pretty sure a lot of people haven't seen, but I came across it the other day in my search. And it was copied again in 1478 AD. And let's take a closer look at it. Now we see here, this is Northwest Africa, the Algeria and Morocco area. And up at the top left, you can see that's Portugal, Spain area. But let's take a closer look. look what we got here. Remember the Arsareth River? And guess what? Arsareth. Right there. Arsareth. North Algeria on the shore. Arsareth has been found, and the camps have been teaching in error, saying that America is Arsareth, and that Native American Indians and all these Hispanic people, the children of conquistadors, are Israelites. Now, there's nothing wrong with people want to take hold of the covenant and keep commandments, because everybody gonna have to do that in the end anyway, because the Most High's laws are righteous and His commandments are good. But to teach that they are descendants and using a false 12 tribes chart, you know, that we already knew was false, you know, they teaching in error, man. Let's continue. I have another map too, by Martin Waldseemüller from 1507. And on his map, he documents Arsareth as well. As you can see, this is Africa. Let's take a closer look. And bam, in the same spot, Arsareth. Right there, Arsareth. See the rivers and all that. So, as most of us already knew, the camps was teaching errors, but now we have solid confirmation written where Arsareth is. We ain't got to guess no more. Northwest Africa and that whole West Africa region. And we would have to look and see what people were there, because the 10 tribes came into this area that had to have been around 700 BC to 500 BC, somewhere in that time frame, you know. So we would have to look and see what people were there during this time frame, and we know that was so-called black folks, of course. Let's continue. Here's a map, and I circled where Arsareth, the city, would have been. You see, this is Algeria, and this whole region right here is Arsareth. You know, let's go. And this is the route that they most likely took to get there. We can see it's 3,870 kilometers, and this is all in 2nd Ezra 13:40 through 47. And it took them a year and a half. The Most High stopped the flood of the Euphrates River so that they could cross over, to walk over the Euphrates on dry land. And the Most High has done this a few times in the OT, you know, with Joshua and the priests. They walked over the Jordan River when the Most High held still the flood. He did it for Elijah and Elisha. So this ain't nothing new to the Most High, allowing them to cross over the river on dry land. Even with Moses, he did the same thing, you know. So we can see this route that they most likely took. And gotta remember, it's men, women, and children, old folks and all that. You know, it took them a year and a half to get here. They gotta stop and rest, sleep. They gotta find something to eat and all that. So with this distance, it could definitely fit this route. You know, they may have taken different routes, and who knows, you know, until they find where they wanted to settle at. But this should be solid confirmation that the camps are teaching an error about this whole thing. And y'all can share this video as much as you want. And I ask y'all to forgive me for this bootleg video.
From my understanding, the 12 tribes come from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. That's Israel. That's the 12 tribes. Right? So, Jacob was a Negro, right? And so was his wife. So, how in the hell that some of his kids, just a small portion, got woolly hair. And then the other bigger part, you know, the Dominicans, the Native Americans, the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, all these people that y'all so claiming to be Israel. This next part I'm about to mention, I'm not too well versed in it, so I'm not gonna go too deep in it. But help me if I'm wrong, help me if I'm wrong. So it was to my understanding that the 10 tribes, the Northern Kingdom, they still in Africa, right? And then that the Southern Kingdom, Yahuda, we were the ones on the boats, right?
Hello, I'm Israel and Friends of Israel. It's Rabbi Elazar de Mota here in Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo. We're here at the cemetery where our ancestors that came from Portugal, Amsterdam, and Curacao, where they were buried. This is where all began for us. The first Jew that was buried here, Jacob Pardo, who was a native from Amsterdam, who died at the age of 45 years old. As you can see here, he was buried in 1826. The next Jew that was buried here, we have from the family of Crasto, Julia de Curiel, Jacob de Curiel. According to history, the majority of the Jews that...
And your name?
My name is Miss Hannah Diana Levy, third. I am the great-granddaughter of first Hannah Glaze and the second granddaughter of first Hannah Watson. My mother is Leonie Levy. She married the son of Uriah Augustus Levy, James Roy Levy, and my great-grandfather is John Watson, John Alberta Watson from Scotland, Dundee. They came to live in Jamaica. They were producers who produce crops and send it back to Scotland and Israel. I live in Mount Peace, Lucy, Hanover. And my brother is Joshua Michael Levy, Percival Levy. We are from the tribe of Levites, and we represent the biblical, the Bible.
Our video, Meet the Indians. Now, just for a bit of background information, the intent of the Meet the Indians video was simply to show illustrations of how the Indians looked according to first-hand accounts. However, little did I know that the topic of Indians and Israelites was such a hot-button topic. So with that in mind, we'll take a closer look at the American Indians, Israelites, and giants. Now, we won't go into great detail about the different types of Indians. However, we will give a brief high-level overview of the different types of Indians. For example, our first type of Indian are the Mongoloid type of Indians. And you can find this phenotype or this type of Indian in the Meet the Indian video. In general, these Indians are dark-skinned, they have straight hair, and they usually have Asian features, similar to the Eskimo. This type of Indian or American Indian is well documented. All right, now our second type of Indian shown in our Meet the Indian video are Hamitic Indians. Now these Indians are also dark-skinned, however, they have woolly hair, and they usually wear little to no clothing. And their features and customs appear Hamitic. And then the third type of Indian, and apparently the most controversial, is the Israelite Indian. Now this phenotype is also shown in the video. Now these Indians are dark-skinned, they are clothed, and usually their clothes have fringes, and they usually practice Israel-like customs.
Right now, we are facing the Americas. North America to the right, Central America in between. If you check the map, just look at where we have Lagos, you realize that we are facing Central America and somewhere like we are facing like Brazil directly. So it's easy.
And this is Claudius Ptolemy, geographer from the 2nd century AD that lived in Alexandria, Egypt. This here is a 1478 map copied from Claudius Ptolemy's 2nd century map. This is the Northwest Africa region. And this is Claudius Ptolemy's book, Geography and Coordinates. At the outset, when writing of the journey from Garama to Ethiopia, he says that Septimus Flaccus, having set out from Libya with his army, came to the land of the Ethiopians, from the land of the Garamantes, in the space of 3 months by journeying continuously southward. He says furthermore that Julius Mithernus, setting out from Leptis Magna and Garama with the king of Garamantes, who was beginning an expedition against the Ethiopians, by bearing continuously southward, came within 4 months to Agisimba, the country of the Ethiopians where the rhinoceros is to be found. Each of these statements on the face of it is incredible. First, because the Ethiopians are not so far distant from the Garamantes as to require a 3 months journey, seeing that the Garamantes themselves, for the most part, are Ethiopians and have the same king. And as you can see, the Garamantians settled and lived in North Africa, which would today be the Libyan area. Mauritania Caesariensis is terminated on the west by the east side of Mauritania, Tingitana, as we have said above, and on the north by the Sordom Sea from the mouth of the Malva River to the mouth of the Amsaga River, of which the following is a description, after the mouth of the Malva River. And these are coordinates to different places. You can see Siga City, Colonia, Gibsaria Harbor, Magnum Promontory. And here is the Siga City in North Africa that was just shown in the previous slide. Let's continue. And here are coordinates to a few different places. As you can see, the mouth of the Arsareth River and its coordinates. You see a place called Portus Magnus. And let's continue. And here is North Africa again. We can see Portus Magnus as well as Siga City. And as far as these coordinates show, the mouth of the Arsareth River should be somewhere in this area. Where is Arsareth? It's not in between Portus Magnus or Siga City, but its coordinates say it should be in this area. So maybe these coordinates are wrong. Maybe somebody switched the maps. Let's see. Bam. To your right center, the Amsaga River. And if you look up and left, you can see Arsareth. North Africa is detailed and located in the same spot as Ptolemy's map, and it's circled there in red. So that's 2 receipts we got. And here's a modern day map showing you where the ancient region or city of Arsareth would be located. But this whole region here, Morocco, Algeria, Libya, Mali, Niger, this is all Arsareth, this whole region. Esdras 13:40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, who Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. Now Salmanasar was the king of Assyria, and he was the second one after Tiglath-Pileser to deport Israelites into Assyrian territories. So the campaign started between 3 different Assyrian kings, first with Tiglath-Pileser III, then Shalmaneser, then Sargon II. All 3 of them deported the Sumerians, Northern Kingdom Israelites, over about a 30-year time frame.
Genesis 10:6 refers to the Hamites as the sons of Ham, who inhabited North and Northeast Africa. The sons are Cush, which is present-day Ethiopia, Mizraim, present-day Egypt, Put, present-day Libya, and Canaan, which is present-day Palestine, Israel. The African presence is still visible in Israel today. There are thousands of African Palestinians who live in Israel with deep roots to the land, whose ancestors date back for centuries. I met with Ali Jaddah, tour guide, and the informal mayor of the African Palestinians in Old Jerusalem. I met with Ali Jaddah, tour guide, and the informal mayor of the African Palestinians in Old Jerusalem.
In the meantime, I can say the whole area, the whole place that we are living is a prison, is a jail.
Not just this building.
No, not just this building. I'm talking about in general, about the total situation. You can live in a very bombarded villa, apartment, outside, but you are still in jail because you are deprived of your freedom, of expression.
Hapa ni nyumbani kwake ambako amehudumu kwa miaka 25, miaka 20 akiwa mbunge, miaka 5 na miezi 5 akihudumu kama rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania. Msafara wake unaingia katika eneo hili, jeshi la wananchi JWTZ ukiwa unaupokea namna hiyo na kuongoza msafara huu.
People are dying. We don't want too much. We don't want 5 million. We don't want 3 million. We don't want you to pay us for the damage you've done during slavery. We just want the common thing. We want to live as humans. Is that too much? Is that too much, guys? It's not too much. That's why we're here. Come on, people need to speak up. Nigeria is a mess. The family you put together in Nigeria is a mess. We came to this country. We fought for this country. Nigerians fought for this country. Go and check it. They didn't put our name on it. They put Africans. Nigeria is not the only Africa on the map. We are Nigerians. We fought for this country. Our warriors were taken away from their parents by force. Why the British kids stay in their house? Why the British kids stay in their school? Why the British kids stay with their family? Our warriors from Nigeria were slaughtered during the World War. Why is everyone not talking about it? This is my country as well, because my ancestors died, they bled and sweat for this country. So if you think you don't have a visa, this is the time. We need to change that perspective. We don't need a visa to come here. Where's the Commonwealth? The Commonwealth, the wealth is not shared commonly. Everything is sham. We need to speak up. I'm not here trying to laugh. I'm here to say my mind. Nigeria is not right. And we need to stand right now. And this is what we're doing. And the whole world should listen to this. Trust me, Nigeria will be great again. Yeah. to watch. What you're afraid of will come to you, because Nigerian youth have woken up. Nigerian youth are smarter. Nigerian youth are hardworking. You call us fraudsters, you call us criminals. You are the criminals. You put us in that situation in the first place. You put us in that situation in the first place. So we can't keep short anymore. We can't keep quiet anymore. The world needs to know. United Kingdom needs to know. Come on, what Germany, there's Ireland, there's Wales, coming together, they agree to be in United Kingdom. We never agreed to be with Nigerian. You forced us to be in Nigeria. That's why we're here. We're in a mess because of what you did. It was made in a parliament house. Guys, go and watch the journey of an African colony. You will see. Go and watch the West and the rest of us. How the white supremacy have been taking over our land. How Shell have been mocking us. How they've been stealing our money. How they've been ruining us. How they've been ruining the future. What can I tell my kids? What can I tell them? Because right now my country is in a mess. I don't have no history. I don't have where I come from. Look at this happening in England. I work with a lot of young people in England. People are angry because they don't know where they come from. You need to let us reconnect with our roots. You need to let us reconnect with our tradition. You need to let us reconnect with our tribe. That's who we are.
You're going to have to say that I am a proletarian. I am the people. I'm not the pig. You got to make a distinction. Hey, which one of you's on this African West Indian war thing? Yeah? You saying though? What, you, yeah? What, you didn't know I was African? I told you, fam. Hey, shut up. Straight. Well, you're African. Oh, finna. Mom's Bayesian. Straight. What? What? So you're a Tunde? Eh?
You look too good to be at.
Hey, shut up! I don't talk to her like that. Hey, what I'm saying, innit? This black on black thing has to stop, Man, it's the same, bruv. Respect. You know what? This black on black thing has to stop, Man, it's the same, bruv. Respect.
So the point is, hey, if you're not on this sign right here, you're going into captivity. If you are on this sign, you gotta repent and keep the commandments. Ain't nothing too deep about it. You West Africans, all are going into slavery according to the Bible, right?
I gotta say, I've been in Africa for a month, and my favorite part so far is not having to deal with racism or any police or any media headlines that's supposed to make me feel nervous about being who I am. When I'm out here, everybody looks like me. Everybody is my brother and sister.
We always say in the Black Panther Party that they can do anything they want to us. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary. And you're going to have to keep on saying that.
We're trying to have a living. Come on, wake up, the world. The world needs to wake up. The youth needs to wake up. This is our time. We are the future. We are the internet generation. We are the Indomie generation. We are the Sorosaki generation. Can I hear some Sorosaki?
It's not where you are but where your mind is. We're going through a global crisis. If it's not global warming then it's ISIS. Poverty and famine, God's grace still standing. War, rumours of war. Call of Duty, final call. Like a movie, shock, watch the news. Send your loopy, new recruits say hi to the newbie. Empty vessel, your Huey can use me. Charlie, and Rennie Hall. Don't get lost in the crowd. You was born by yourself. Crowd would lead you to hell. Best time to wake up was then. Second best time is now. Someday we'll all get paid. This life we earn our wage. Book of life was open and you on that page.
Thank you for watching False Camera Action. Before you go anywhere, don't forget to click subscribe.